right, what is up, fight fans? We are back for another episode of The Real and the Rare. I'm your host, as always, Steven Rychel. We got another fun one lined up for you this afternoon as we're going to be joined by BKFC Ice fighter Darrick Gates. Darrick, how are we feeling this afternoon, my friend?
Feeling great, dude. Feeling great. Ready to on ice.
Yeah. I just had a few fighters over the past few weeks. Wanted to kind of show you guys some love because for the people that don't know, this is kind of the second iteration of it. Ice Wars, whatever, BKFC Ice. However, we're naming this one, but it's a little bit different than the initial iteration. Obviously, you guys are going to be on synthetic ice and not the actual ice surface. How is it like getting ready
for this event?
What's that?
So it's synthetic for this event. I believe the next one in Edmonton is actually on ice. But getting ready for this is not your typical getting ready for boxing. I've been training in boxing. For me, I don't have really ice rinks around me. The closest one is 3 hours. The nearest one after that is 4. So having to drive over there every couple of days kind of sucks, but I've been kind of practicing rollerblade at the roller rink right here in town, actually been able to get a little bit of sparring in on rollerblades. So, let's hope it's the same.
You can only simulate it as much as you can when you one, don't have available to the synthetic surface, and two, as you're saying, fighting on ice is a totally different ball game than just your regular boxing or your bare knuckle or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm not worried about falling or anything like that. I don't know how many fights you watch, but I rush. I've definitely tried working on that. I feel if I do start rushing, that's where you might see anybody start slipping up when they're rushing, and they're reaching too far. You might see somebody fall on their freaking face. That's the only thing I'm worried about is falling on my face, throwing a punch.
I think the biggest thing is just, with the bigger difference of everything is just, it's more of like a clinch boxing if you think about it, right?
Yeah, no, 100%. We can literally grab a hold of the jerseys. There's going to be grab straps on the jersey. So, I'm pretty good grabbing a hold and start working the body, working my clinch, uppercuts. But I don't know how much of the rules but they're either between 60-second rounds or 90-second rounds. They're as long as BKFC's 2-minute rounds. And Devin just doesn't get to work fast enough. It always takes him a little longer to start working, later into the second round, into the third round is when Devin actually starts getting to work. So I think this is going to be a great matchup. Because I'm slowing down. Devin's late bloomer, like a later round bloomer. So I think me coming in fast is either going to make it where he's got to actually push his pace a little bit faster, or we're just going to be slow outside boxing, both of us. I'm a lot longer than he is. I think he said his reach was like 67 or 68 inches. I've got a freaking 73-inch reach. And I don't know really what to expect. I've never been in a fight on ice.
Yeah, it's definitely a different animal. Obviously, you've done traditional BKFC. I'm sure that's probably how you got connected with this. But fighting on ice is definitely a different animal. You I guess as you get ready to go down there and all that, are you gonna start talking to some of these guys who have been involved in it just to see if you can kind of get a few tips and pointers, or is it you're just going in there as prepared as you can and seeing what you can do?
I mean, I'm gonna talk to people. I even talked to Devin too. I mean, I have nothing against Devin, like at all. I actually put on him a couple different fights, so I'm just glad I'm getting the opportunity to be in this. Like you said, BKFC, like fighting in BKFC is how I kind of got my foot into the door into the BKFC Ice Wars. And then also my management team over at Storm with Kevin Smith, Brandon Gold. They always give me good offers, a lot of fight offers, and I've been with them for 2 years now, 2.5 years.
I mean, it's definitely gonna be a fun event.
I'm just.
I want to pull up the little poster here. USA versus Canada is the thing. Obviously, if you're an ice hockey fan, this is it's pulling at the heartstrings there a little bit. Are you a big hockey fan, or is it just this is kind of like your first foray into any of it?
No, I've always been a hockey fan. Going to events, not really being in hockey. Like I've played street hockey. Don't really get in fights there. But yeah, no, I've always been a fan of hockey. This winter I went quite a few times. Sat on the ice every time. Talked a bunch of shit to the enforcers. So I mean, it's definitely not my first time around it. It's definitely not my first time on skates. It is different though, man. Like I wish I did have a ice rink year round right here with me, like or in town. Cause I'd be over there every day. But where it's 3 hours away, and I got to still be here and work. I'm buying a cabinet shop. I've got to be at the shop every day.
Yeah, that's not easy, man. You gotta do life and then also try to work in, getting your rounds, getting your sparring, and just to kind of get familiar with what you're doing. And as you say, a 3 hour or 4 hour ride to be able to do that isn't isn't a great prospect, so to speak.
No, it's not. But I mean, like I said, I'm not worried about it. I think just my natural ability to go out and throw punches, working faster than Devin, I think is going to be the key for my victory. Is really jumping first, not allowing him to get his pace. We're going to work on my pace, and that's going to be up close and personal the whole fight. He ain't going to have space.
That what do we call that? Phone booth fight, right? Keep it in close.
What was that?
I said what we call that. What the phone booth fight and keeping everything in close and tight, right?
Yes, sir. Yes. Devin's good, dude. I mean, he's a great counter puncher. Like I said, I put money on him, and I'm not putting money on him this time. I put money on me. And I've watched all of his BKFC fights. I've watched quite a few of his MMA fights. Studied him up. I don't really study opponents. It's been a weird thing for me to do that. And I kind of had to with Devin on this one. I watched that one with him and Albert probably 10 times, 12 times by now. Complete front to back. Just watching it. pretty sure my game plan is going to be efficient. You know, he's not, like I said, he's slow getting off the line, and he's going to have to pick that up.
Hey man, if you think you got it all planned out now, like I said, it's all about making the weight, getting out there, and throwing down and having some fun. They just announced kind of the matchups on the card and all that. Outside of your fight, who are you looking forward to seeing? Zach Hughes is of the world. We just had James on last night. Is there anyone you're going to be looking at that you might want to see throw down outside of your fight there?
Are you talking in Ice Wars or in BKFC?
Yeah, in Ice Wars, yes, and yes, on your event.
No, there's nobody even in our weight class that's fighting. Me and Devin are the only lightweights. Everybody else is heavyweight, cruiserweight.
Yeah.
I think middleweight. I mean, none of those guys are. So, I mean, I'm going to be watching them all,
I heard they just signed Charles Rosa, and then you already have Brian Kellenher as another one of these the UFC guys that are going to be kind of coming over doing this too.
Yeah, I mean, I'll welcome them all. I'll take every one of them. I mean, you can look back at my freaking the roster that I fought, dude. I mean, there's Kai Stewart, Louis Lopez, Dylan Schulte, freaking Mark Ettenberg. Everybody I've fought are killers, dude. Edgar Plaziola. Like, I fight freaking champion type people, dude. So let these guys come from the UFC, dude. I ain't afraid.
Hey, we shouldn't be afraid of no man at this point in time. It's all just competing on that level. It shouldn't matter. He's just a man like everyone else, right?
Right. My service kind of sucks right now, dude.
Yeah, I mean you cut out a little bit, but everything's still kind of clear. Am I choppy on your end?
I mean, you're cutting out like your sound. I can see you just fine.
Okay.
Let me try to walk further away from the buildings, which is weird because I normally have great service out here. Like, I mean, even in the shop.
You gotta love technology sometimes, right?
Oh yeah. No, I actually like technology for the most part. Except it takes up quite a bit of my time, and that I don't like.
Yeah, I hear
you. I don't like when me and the kids go out to dinner, and the kids are sitting there on their phone. It just takes away that actual connection that humans are supposed to have.
Yeah, I mean, it has its pros and cons. Like, some of the stuff is great. Like, some of the technology we have, we're able to kind of look things up. You don't really have to go run to the library or find a book to kind of look like some of it's great, but like, I guess, some aspects of it, as you're talking about, it's we lose that connection that we have with each other a little bit more as the technology continues to grow.
Right.
But I wanted to ask you about this weekend's UFC fights. Did you happen to catch the pay-per-view? There you go, the American flag in the background. Did you happen to catch this weekend's UFC event?
I do not really watch the UFC. I quit. Like, when I quit doing MMA and went to bare knuckle boxing, I pretty much quit watching the fights, like the UFC fights, unless I'm at a buddy's house and they have them on. I don't really pay too much attention. I mean, I did see, O'Malley lost. What's her face got the belt?
Yeah, Kayla Harris. Now the third UFC fighter that has Olympic medals, right?
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, other than what I see on Facebook, UFC is not for me anymore.
Ain't nothing wrong
I kind of just,
Sometimes we just
I just kind of went
as
full
we get
throttle.
older, it's
Kind of just
harder to
went full throttle on the BKFC.
yeah. And that's kind of where I'll go next with this is as you're already talking about, like as you're competing in it, you've kind of fallen away from following MMA, following the UFC. I kind of felt like there's a lot more parity now in combat sports as a whole, and the UFC isn't the end all be all like to the events to watch anymore. Even boxing's kind of even filling some of that void. Do you think they're just not producing the stars anymore? Like it is, obviously they're still the top MMA promotion in the world, but I don't think they're the only show in town. You kind of agree with that?
Oh, no, I definitely agree with that. I mean, LFA does great shows. I mean, there's a bunch of promotions out there that still put on great shows. And I think a lot of stars are actually going to start coming out of those other smaller promotions because they're paying pretty well compared to the UFC for being smaller promotion when they can still be on UFC Fight Pass. I mean, that's, I don't know.
Like I said, we're seeing a lot of the stars kind of move over. I think what Dave, Connor and all them guys are doing to grow out BKFC over the last few years. I think they've been kicking them in the teeth, and even what you're sitting there saying, some of these like kind of what you would consider second tier or local promotions have kind of stepped up their game a whole lot more and are producing a lot better fighters, things of that nature. And I don't think the UFC is the only show in town anymore. I think there is a lot more parity, and the fact that you're seeing Dana White's going to be not doing as much UFC promoting over the next few years also kind of speaks volumes for itself, in my opinion.
Yeah, I didn't get a lot of that, dude.
Like I said, you got to love
Weird,
technology.
Yeah. I don't know why, dude. Like I said, I usually have good service. As soon as I logged in to this, it went from 5G to 4G. But yeah,
did you hear about the medical stuff that was going on with Ben Askren this weekend? He's having a pretty nasty medical scare right now.
Yeah, no, I did see that. His wife said it was something like pneumonia.
Yeah, hold on.
Or something, and then I seen that it might also be like a staph infection or something from.
Yeah, it was.
I think that was MMA Junkie.
Yeah, I got the thing that she said. That that's been going through some stuff, developed pneumonia, which came suddenly carrying in the hospital, unable to respond at this time. That they need all the prayers and stuff like that. But yeah, from what I heard, it was staph and then turned into pneumonia, and he's going through the rough of it right now. So thoughts and prayers out to the Askren family because that's not a fun thing to kind of deal with. Now we were talking about other athletes. I don't know if you've heard, like former NBA star Michael Carter Williams is actually on his third boxing match. You think we're going to start seeing more athletes kind of come over to combat sports? Maybe some of these guys that don't turn out to be NBA players, NFL players. I mean, hell, we've had former NFL stars doing some boxing and things of that. Like Le'Veon Bell and stuff like that. You think we're gonna ever see some of those guys make it over to the BKFC, or you think they'll get in there and potentially throw down with some of you guys?
Yeah, no, I mean that'd be nice. I mean, we are seeing a lot of UFC guys actually working over. Even boxers are coming over to BKFC. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised. I mean, because we do pay those guys pretty well, on top of what they were getting, or compared to what they were getting from the UFC coming over here. they're getting paid decently well. I mean, we all heard, what was his name? Freaking Chad Mendez was like $600K per fight. Fucking for his 3-fight contract. The same thing with Eddie Alvarez.
Yeah.
You know, those guys all had like 6-figure contracts. I mean, I get that they bring a lot of eyes to the sport, you know. So I mean, I do get that 100%. I'm not saying that they are getting overpaid, but
any combat athlete is is in that realm where they're getting overpaid. Like you're saying, you get why they would be getting those figures, but I still think a lot of these guys weren't being paid what they should have been paid when they were at the UFC, just because of the pay scale that they typically use and stuff like that. We even talked to Jessica Borga before her title fight. She was offered a contender series fight for like $1,000 for 2 weight classes down. They haven't gotten to where they got by overpaying on potential prospects, stars and things like that.
Yeah. I mean, I get potential stars, but I mean, like $1,000 is kind of whack, dude. Yeah. For Jessica Borga, $1,000. I mean, the power slap, I was offered a fight at 155 there, the power slap, and that was $5K.
That's it's 5. Yeah, that's their typical one-off ones that they do.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely do that. I mean, I don't know about fucking slapping, but 5K is not a bad offer, going to fight in the UFC for that. I mean, sure. Because then, I mean, once you start building up your name, like Sean O'Malley just said, if you don't want to fight for 50K, I mean, you got to start building yourself up, and freaking bring attention to yourself into the sport. Like Conor McGregor, Nate Diaz, fucking his brother, Sean O'Malley, those people with big mouths, just sit there and run their mouth, I'm not even gonna say run their mouth, they just talk, Yeah,
they know how to promote not just themselves, but what they're doing there. People want to hear what they have to say and things like that. It's the I guess I was talking about it with Brooks yesterday, the pageantry that goes on with combat sports, I would say.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm all for it. I don't know if you seen my opponent's video that he made this morning. That shit was hilarious.
I seen it.
Dude, here's the first thing I seen before even rolling out of fucking bed, dude. I'm watching Devin dressed up like fucking Will Ferrell from Blades of Glory. Oh, that shit was funny.
Do anything silly like that? Like, I mean, obviously that's your opponent. That's what he's doing to kind of get some eyes on him and that. But would you ever do something like that going out to a fight? Like I guess.
Yeah. I was gonna come back with a rebuttal to it, but I decided to get in the shower and actually do something with my life instead of talk shit, because I don't have a lot of shit to say on Devin. Like I said, I like him, so I'm just gonna let him have his fun, and I'll just stay in his comments.
Hey, listen, I don't begrudge any man for having some fun and enjoying life. So I guess as long as he's not taking shots at you, you're just like, hey, go do you, right, Devin?
Yeah, I mean, they did call me a thong wearing, late beer drinking opponent.
Thong wearing.
How the fuck does he know I wear a thong, dude? I only wear them on days that end in Y.
Where did that come from? Thong wearing.
I have no idea. But I imagined it. As soon as he said it, I was like, hey, dude, I could see me sitting there late at night in a thong drinking a fucking beer, dude.
And what's the wrong with it with a late night beer? Like I get like that's the most American thing ever. A long day of work, days winding down. We are like a nice at least a cold beer to just relax as we get ready to wind down for the rest of the day. What's wrong with that?
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, dude. I watch champions freaking crack beers open at freaking weigh-ins, dude. It is what it is, man. It is American thing to do.
Yeah, right.
I could be like,
it was a Canadian thing to do as well. What is he talking about?
right, but they're up there drinking fucking whiskey. I don't drink liquor, I only drink my beer, American made beer.
Some people can handle the liquor. Some people it's weird. Some of us are just natural born beer drinkers. We can destroy a case of them to ourselves, and we're still good. Put a drop of liquor in somebody, they're a totally different person.
Oh yeah, no, that's me. You want to see me fight for free? Then that's how you do it.
So, what do you stay away from the brown liquor? All good with the clears, or is it just no liquor altogether?
What was that?
I said, are you one of those guys that you're good with the clear liquors, and the brown one just does you wrong, or you just stay away from liquor altogether?
I just stay away from liquor altogether. I don't even touch. I don't even drink like malt liquor. I don't touch like those Monacos, nothing like that. The Buzz Balls, nothing. It's either Busch Light, Coors Banquet, Modelo, Corona. Just those beers. I do go into pale ales and shit, like the Sierra Nevada IPAs, the Cali Squeeze Blood Orange. But yeah, just beer.
Nothing wrong with that. I think a good beer is part of it, any working man's life. So not sure where where your opponent was going with that, but I guess when you guys meet up, weigh-ins and all that, you got to ask him where the thumb thing came from.
Dude, I got to come into weigh-ins in a thong with a beer, dude.
Just to troll him a little bit, right?
Dude, how about like one of those like one piece freaking thong strap things that fucking Borat wore?
Borat, yeah,
fucking Borat,
yeah. Hey man, be entertaining, have some fun with it. I mean, if he's already running with it, just
right.
make your stamp.
I don't remember the other. Yeah, I don't remember the other dude's name from. What's his name? John Heder, the dude that played the Glory with Will Ferrell.
Yeah, his other partner. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had his freaking body outfit, bro. I would show up to the weigh-ins and that and be like, all right, dog.
Well, I mean, weigh-ins have been the place where crazy things go on in BKFC anymore. You got Johnny Cannoli smacking people in the face with cannolis. You got
Lorenzo Hunt with the tomato. Yeah, Lorenzo Hunt with the tomato into Joe Riggs' face.
Yeah.
Was it Mike Richmond and what's his face that came out like Stone Cold Steve Austin and they fucking cracked their beer open? Tony Soto saying he's gonna fuck that dude's dog. Bro, I mean, it's costumes.
Like I said, there's the pageantry of combat sports to it at times, and I think weigh-ins is the kind of thing where you're able to kind of have fun, let your personalities fly, and listen, at the end of the day, it's a sports entertainment to a point. Obviously, you guys are actually fighting at the end of the day. It's not like WWE or anything like that. But not to sit there and say you guys can't have some fun with it and let your personality show out.
Yeah, no, 100%. Man, that's how you gain followers. Is actually showing your personality. I don't knock anybody for what they do. I know there was a bunch of people pissed off at Lorenzo Hunt for shoving that tomato in Joe Riggs's face. I mean, it is what it is. As long as you're not disrespecting their family, and you keep it between the opponents, I think it's all fun and games. And I welcome it. I welcome the shit talk, everything. That shit don't bother me.
Yeah, I mean, I think that basically when we talking about fighting, the promoting of the fight, I think the only thing is off limits is family. I do. I think that's the only thing is off limits. Did interview Lex Ludlow before his debut, and he was letting me know his opponent had added his wife as a friend, which I thought was kind of weird.
Yeah, that is a little weird.
He was like, "Wait, what? Why?" He immediately like blocked him on all the socials. So I thought it was I'm like, yeah, it's a smart move because Lex likes to he's got that pro wrestler in him. So he was like, I was just telling him, listen, just do your fight, get your win, get back in there, not worry about what goofy things your opponent's saying. As long as he didn't say anything to her, then there ain't nothing to worry about. But yeah, I think adding your opponent's significant other is I guess it's a kind of mental warfare, but I think that's a fine line you're dancing there, guys.
Yeah, no, 100%. I definitely agree on that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't want no one doing that to me, fighting or not fighting. Like, what are you adding my wife, my girlfriend for? It's the one of the off limit things. We've seen it in in the larger part of media over the last few weeks when I guess a couple of the sports media guys when they were talking about the WNBA stuff, and then the guy was talking about like him having a white wife and not understanding the plight of black women. I'm like, wait, why does his wife go on and getting brought up in a sports take? That's no go. You can't do that. Just one of those, but that's just the way it goes. There's you follow any other sports, man? Like I know you don't, you're a working man, you don't really follow combat, the MMA as much as it like obviously you got a love for hockey. Are you a football guy? You a hockey guy?
I'm not here.
Huh?
Yeah, I can't. I didn't hear any of that the last.
I was just asking, are there any other sports you follow? Obviously, you're a working man, and you don't follow MMA as much as it, but you a basketball fan, a baseball fan, anything like that?
The sports that I follow, not really. I watch bare knuckle boxing. I mean, in all of it, whether it's BKB, BYB, or BKFC. I do follow like smaller local promotions around here, just because I got a bunch of friends or family, whatnot, fighting in them. But besides like going to hockey events, baseball, basketball, like those are events that I go to. I don't really watch them on TV. I don't really follow them, but I do go down to like the Jazz games, Denver Nuggets. I've seen the Colorado Avalanches play. Follow majority of like the smaller hockey teams, like local or state teams. That's Colorado Greyhawks, Idaho Steelheads.
Got what you're saying. Hey, listen, we all don't follow the big four sports or anything like that. I was just try to get a gauge some of your likes and dislikes. You are you a movie guy, TV show guy, and anything what do you do to kind of kill your time on your downtime, man?
No, golf, I fish, um, hang out with my kids. I don't watch TV really. If I do, it's when I'm in bed laying down, and I really just turn it on as background noise. It's not really there. I don't really watch TV. I don't watch movies. Uh, yeah, my free time is spent outside. I hate being indoors. It freaking sucks. I like traveling. Like just this weekend, I played golf Friday, Saturday. I also went to fights Saturday night, down in Fort Hall. It's about an hour away. Yeah, I go camping. Yeah, like I said, I like technology.
You're a man's man. You're not one that's
that?
I said you're a man's man. You're not one of these guys that's stuck in technology. You like to go out and enjoy life, enjoy what nature gives us, and spend time with your family. There's nothing wrong with that, my friend.
Yeah, dude. I mean, people let the world just like kind of pass them by because they're all in their own world. I don't like doing that. I like enjoying God. I enjoy God's dirt. And I wake up every day thankful that I get to live life on this planet. And it's beautiful, dude. I've traveled all over this country, mostly driven. I have driven the whole country. I've got like 6 states left I got to go to, which I'll actually cross one off this weekend, which is Michigan. And I actually get a fight there. But yeah, dude, I would prefer to be outside in the sun, whether it's freaking raining or snowing. I mean, I hate the snow, but I'd still rather be out there doing something productive or experiencing than sitting inside on a couch watching TV, sitting in an arcade playing games. I think that's a shitty life to live, being stuck on a TV, stuck on your phone.
It's like I said, you're definitely a man's man in that sense, Darrick. I definitely can relate and appreciate that. It's not a whole lot of us think that way and actually live that way. I was talking to another BKFC fighter is going to be fighting in the Mohegan Sun. Andrew Nolan. He literally like he's off the grid. He lives off the land, things of that nature. So it's you're not the only one.
I was too. No, I pretty much was too. All last summer, even into the winter time, I was living in a camper off grid. My sister just went to prison. So I moved in with my stepdad to help him out over there. He beat stage 4 metastatic lung cancer. He's been in remission for a few years now, but it like paralyzed him from the legs down. He can walk and stuff like that again now. But he has a hard time, like bending over.
Yeah.
And then I help with all the bills. I help with the bills.
That's rough.
While my sister's locked up, so.
Yeah, I've dealt with a lot of
time to fix and repair.
I mean, I definitely hear you. Like I dealt with a lot over the past few years. My mother's had multiple surgeries, multiple hospital visits. She broke her hip, broke her leg, had a ruptured kidney, collapsed lung, the whole nine. So like the last 2 years has just basically been in and out of the hospital with her now. Like she's finally back home. So I'm trying to get her back to a situation where, she's, not going in and out of the hospital, not falling down consistently, have breaking this or breaking that. So it's it's definitely rough being the one that's holding the glue together of our mother, our father, etc.
Yeah, I mean, it is, dude. But like I said, this is my stepdad. He didn't have to be dad, like him and my mom separated when I was 16. Um, the state wouldn't let me go with my mom. I was like locked up in rehab. I was on probation and shit. They wouldn't let me go back with my mom. So I actually went with James. And he still took care of me, still took care of my sister. My mom was being a active drug addict. And, I mean, this dude like stood up, and took on two kids of his that weren't his. He doesn't even have kids of his own. And he stood up and took care of somebody else's kids. So I feel like the only thing to do is to repay him for that is, keeping him in my life, showing him how much I appreciate. And now I don't want to say taking care of him because he's really independent, but being able to be here and help him out where he needs help now, I feel honored to do so.
It's a thankless thing, but it's something that I definitely feel on you. It's we get to the point where they sacrifice so much for us that little bit of a sacrifice on our end, to make sure that when they're in need, that they have the person they can rely on, regardless if they're self sufficient and they want to do it on themselves. Just to know that they have you there in the corner, probably means the world to him, just like probably does for my mother. Hats off to you there, brother. But as we get ready to wrap this up, what I typically do here at the end, my friend, is kind of throw the proverbial microphone over to you. Anyone you'd like to thank, trainer partners, teammates, shoot out your social media sites, that you have, any sponsors that you might have, and any last words or thoughts for the listeners today, man. The time is yours, my friend.
I didn't catch a lot of that, but I'm assuming what you said was something along the lines of there's anything that I got to say to sponsors, friends, training partners,
Yes.
social media shout outs.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to shout out Played Against Sports for hooking it up with all my hockey gear. My best friend Tyler for training or being a training partner. My stepdad, my kids, for always being here, being supportive. My boss, business partner, always allowing me to take time off and hit the road to go to fights. He's a big supporter in it. I want to thank Brandon Gold, Kevin Smith over at Storm Athlete Management. They're great managers. They always, like I said, they always give me good fights. And then Ian Heinzich from BKFC Ice Wars. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to come fight in the ice rink, I guess. Yeah. I want to thank you, dude, for bringing me on your show. I appreciate it.
It's definitely a pleasure. I love talking to all you athletes. Giving you guys all a platform where you can connect with fans and anyone that might want to hear your story. As I say, we all have a story to tell. We're all like we all need it to be. That's the one beautiful part about having all this technology is being able to connect from people from all over the world and hearing their experiences and things that they got going on in their life. So I definitely appreciate you carving some time out for me this afternoon and hopping on here and being able to shoot the shit a little bit. Best of skill for you coming up here on the 14th. Safe travels, my friend. Hopefully it goes exactly how you think it's going to go, and we can see you either back there for BKFC Ice, back into BKFC for a fight there, wherever you wind up, I definitely want to see what's next for you, my friend.
All right, man. Well, we all know it's going to be bare knuckle. Next one might be tramp fighting. I don't know, dude. All right, man. I appreciate you bringing me on. I'll come back on anytime.
You have a good afternoon. I'll definitely be back on here again soon, my friend.
All right, man. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later. All right, everyone. That was Mr. Darrick Gates. He's going to be another one of these BKFC Ice guys that is going to be debuting in Mount Pleasant, Michigan here, June 14th. If you guys are in the area, go check out these guys, show them some love, and also should be available, I believe, on the BKFC app, if not the Dazen app as well. So make sure you guys are showing Darrick some love. Make sure you're showing all the bare knuckle ice fighter some love, and showing this event some love. Other than that, we will be back here multiple times today. You got 108 Stitches baseball program, and later this evening I'm going to be on with Scott for the professor and the pupil. Other than that, I will see you guys multiple times this week. Make sure you guys are locked in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash the share button, share it to all your friends, your aunt, your uncle, your mom. I am Steve, and this was another episode of The Real and the Rare. Catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out, my friends.